Can I hack someone's phone just by sending them a picture?
Yes. So if I plug this in and someone plugs their mobile phone into this end, I can basically see everything that they're typing on their mobile phone. I can also inject malicious software and spyware into the phone from a distance of up to about a mile away. If I have access to your vehicle, I can then access what's in your mobile phone.
How do you live life?
If you don't know what's being done, then there's no effect on you really, is there? However, at the same time, if you're not doing anything wrong, you've got nothing to hide.
You've seen how the Blue Tick Show has been put on the map, the world's fastest growing show. Let's put your brand on the map. The Blue Tick Show is now doing over 1 million views a month. Your business could be seen by an extra 1 million people every single month. Get in touch now to advertise your business. info@thebluetickshow.com. If you're looking for brand awareness, message us now. Let's do something together. Limited space available, so get in touch as soon as possible. Be in touch. One of the team will get back to you. Let's see how quickly we can get your brand to number one. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Blue Tick Show. Opposite me today, I've got Matt, the hacker / investigator, whatever you want to call him. Matt, you've come in here today and you've shown me a gadget which is actually, my head is still boggled from what it is. It's there and I'm still wondering how it's even there and how you're allowed to have it. Let the viewers know what you got. Okay,
so here we've got the OMG cable. It's a hacking cable for mobile phones. And the way it works is, in this end here, there is an embedded microcomputer. It has an access point that reaches out back to my laptop. So if I plug this in and someone plugs their mobile phone into this end, it has a keylogger. So I can basically see everything that they're typing on their mobile phone. I can also remotely inject malicious software and spyware into the phone from a distance of up to about a mile away. So if you're on your phone, as long as you plug it in for a matter of milliseconds, I can inject it with spyware without you even knowing.
So let me break it down for all my viewers who are watching. Let me give them a little bit more info on this. So that cable, I take it home now, or I plug it into a plug socket here. My girlfriend comes around tonight. She plugs her phone in to charge her phone. It will charge her phone?
It charges the phone as well.
So she'll be laying in bed charging her phone. I can click one button on my laptop and I'll automatically have full power over that mobile phone.
Not quite as simple as that, but you've got the theory right, yes.
What do you mean not as simple as that?
It takes a fair bit of technical know-how and skill to understand
that side of it.
And understand how it works, but yes, that is possible.
Once the system is set up, all it takes is literally one plug in and that's it.
Correct. That's it. You have immediate access, remote access to that device that's plugged into it. And even when the device has been removed, unplugged from it, if you've inserted spyware onto it, you have access to everything on that mobile phone.
So all it takes is literally one plug-in and that's it. Your phone could be compromised.
So I could come into your vehicle and switch your charger cable over for one of my charger cables. I could go into a building, your office, your residence, wherever you live, and I could switch a cable of yours over for a malicious cable and do exactly that. So whatever's on your phone, I can access remotely. It's highly illegal to do this, but it is very possible. Now,
please do it?
I have no idea. I can't comment on that.
From what I've seen, and I'll show a video of it after, it's identical to a normal cable.
Yes, it is identical.
You're never, ever going to know a difference.
You will not know. Unless you're someone like myself who deals in this sector on a regular basis and understands how these cables work, how these malicious cables work, then I would pick it up. But there have been many occasions, where I just wouldn't pick it up. So I'll carry a number of little tools around with myself that plug in to these cables that can work out whether it's a malicious cable or not. This has been highlighted. I've highlighted this to a number of private investigators in the past, security personnel, close protection operatives who look after the likes of social media influencers, celebrities, VIPs. However, their attention is predominantly aimed at physical protection. They don't see digital security in the same light that someone like myself would see it. So they look for physical threats. If they go and do a bug sweep on a vehicle or a property, they will look for something physical. Yeah. Someone like myself, a hidden camera, something that can be picked up with a little gadget, a little device that beeps when it picks up a signal coming off it. Whereas something like a piece of software, they are incapable of picking that up. They do not have the tech know-how or understanding, and a lot of the time it's like hitting my head against a brick wall. Yeah. They do not want to understand it, and I'm seen as somewhat of a threat to them and their clients, because if it's mentioned to their clients, it makes them look somewhat belittled.
Yeah, no,
So, but it is actually a fact. If I wanted to get data on someone's raw data, why would I physically attack them or go about it in a manner where I can be seen to be extracting that data when I can do it in somewhat of a sneaky way, and no one would be none the wiser. No one would have a clue.
I can't lie, I'm not plugging my phone into no one's charger spot. From now on, I've got my own cable, my own plug. Don't even offer me your phone chargers no more, because you'd never know.
No, you would never know. It will take an expert who would have to come around and really have a good look and
like
work out whether there are any malicious cables. Like I say, it's all very well paying extortionate amounts of fees to get people to come in and check your properties, check your vehicles, but they have absolutely no idea what they're looking for. They'll walk past it, they'll miss it, they will not see it. You cannot, with a machine, with a little gadget or a device, pick up a piece of software. Or if I'm attached to your Ring doorbell, for example, you don't know that I'm attached to your Ring doorbell. You can scan it all day long, but I'm attached to it through your Wi-Fi network. You will have absolutely no idea. I could have put a malicious cable in there. Your machinery will not pick up, your tools will not pick up my malicious cable. And that's all your personal data. You couldn't get any more personal than what's on your mobile phone.
Yeah, that's everything. And through their mobile phone, you can hack into emails. You can go through.
Well, you don't need to hack. I've got immediate access. Yeah. So everything that you can do on your mobile phone, I will be able to do.
It's mad. It is mad.
And you will not have any idea that I'm actually in your phone.
Well, listen, I think that alone is going to blow away a lot of these viewers. But just to confirm for people wondering where they can get these cables, they're illegal?
They are legal, so you can buy them. However, it takes a substantial amount of skill and know-how within my sort of industry and my sort of game in order to set them up correctly. So it's not a matter of go and buy it and set it up and it all works. It's not that simple.
So Matt, one thing I do want to touch on, I'm not sure if you can shed some light on this, but I'd say for the last 2 years, my mobile phone signal has been shit. And me and my dad had the same conversation every day. We're on the phone to each other. He's like, call me back. Your service is shit. Where are you? Is that anything to do with what you're involved in?
Well, for the past couple of years, there's been somewhat of a media blackout regarding a substantial amount of cyber attacks that have been hitting our networks. I'm limited as to what I can say, but our networks have been absolutely hammered, hence the reason such poor coverage of networks, and this is due to intense cyber attacks from foreign states. This is, yes. I cannot touch on it too much, but networks have been going around all the time. They're piggybacking off each other to back each other up. But yes, you're totally right. Networks are not what they once used to be.
Terrible now.
Yeah, that is correct.
I have 2 bars of signal everywhere I am. I don't think I ever get full bars, ever.
Yeah, it is rare unless you're connecting to your Wi-Fi. That'll boost the signal up on your mobile phone. However, when you're out and about, signal is poor. Ping speeds, data speeds are absolutely terrible with mobile networks at the moment. No one's supposed to know what's going on, but that is a reality of it. We're being hammered by cyber attacks across the UK.
So one thing I want to touch on before we dive into it fully, so cell sighting. Where the police believe they can track down your mobile phone through cell sites where you've made a phone call X, Y, and Z. How is that all happening if our cell sites are getting battered at the moment?
Mobile phone networking is a very complicated sector and very difficult to understand. Unless you've been involved in it, working within that industry for a substantial amount of time, to get your head around it, it can be quite confusing. Now, regarding triangulation, cell site analysis, etc., the way it normally works, and this is broadly put so that your clientele and your customer base can actually understand this without me speaking too much tech jargon.
Yeah.
So what will happen is if law enforcement are going to court with someone and they require cell site data on a particular device, they will contact the carrier. So say it's O2, for example. They will get in touch with O2, who will hand them the raw data. The raw data is then put into a tool that converts it to readable format. However, over the past couple of years, there's been a serious technical glitch where not all the data has been passed on from the tool. So a lot of it has been omitted, and which consequently leads to an inaccurate reading of exactly where the mobile phone may have been. So triangulation and cell site analysis is not entirely accurate, and there's a lot of room for scrutiny regarding this. People like myself have known about this for a fair amount of time, but I think it's more of a cat amongst the pigeons at the moment, because someone's released this data and mentioned that this data has popped out, and there is an investigation going on at the moment as we speak by Home Office, and a lot of court cases involving strictly mobile data has been put on hold until the investigation has finished, because there is so much room for complacency here, and people need to understand where we stand, or where members of the public stand, regarding how accurate or inaccurate this data has been once it's been converted from the carrier to the to readable data by the police, and then into the courtroom.
If this comes out that it's wrong, or even slightly wrong, I think we said earlier on that cell sighting is up to 2 mile radius.
It can be, yes. So when you triangulate a mobile phone, this is quite technical. So to put it broadly, the way it works is when you make a call, your phone will supposedly connect to the nearest mast. As we've had so many cyber attacks, there's so many masts that are not available. Yeah. So it won't necessarily attach to the closest or contact the closest mast. It'll contact the closest mast available. From there, on the back end of that, there is an MSC, which is a mobile switching center. Yeah. That mobile switching center will then decide where it's going to send that call to, which will be the next mast that receives the data or that call. Okay, it will analyze what mast is free. It doesn't necessarily have to be from that same network. So it could have initially attached to an O2 mast, but it's diverting it onto a Vodafone. Now, people need to understand that the software these carriers use operates with a totally different algorithm. It's a bit like comparing your Instagram to TikTok. Yeah. There's a totally different algorithm there. So Vodafone's algorithms, as opposed to O2's algorithms, are totally different. So when you try and triangulate, including the fact that many masts are out, it's throwing a cat amongst the pigeons here, because this data that's coming forward is not entirely correct as it was initially, and now it's even further off course.
This video is sponsored by Cranbrook Law, an award-winning immigration law firm. Their talented solicitors can help when any struggles arise regarding immigration law. They can help get you the visas they need. They can help get you the staff you need from any other countries. As you can see, the website is on the screen right now. So if you need anything to do with immigration law, message Cranbrook Law and let them help you. Whether you're looking to obtain a sponsor license, receive advice and guidance in relation to compliance and our civil penalties, or take advantage of our know-how and experience across a broad range of business visas, our talented and dynamic immigration lawyers are available to speak to you. Telephone numbers on the screen, emails on the screen, and hit the link in the bio if you need any help. So we're looking at a situation where it can potentially, say you're in a 2 mile radius. So let's say I was to do a burglary. I've robbed someone's house. Well, they believe I've robbed someone's house. I could be at home. A robbery could happen 1 mile away from my house, and it will pinpoint me at that location, right?
It won't pinpoint you at that location. It will give you a rough location.
So then they can go to the jury and say he was there within a 1 mile radius.
His mobile phone was within this radius, such and such a radius of that incident. Yes.
So there could be, if this
However, what I must mention is, due to the cyber attacks that have been hammering our networks, due to the technical glitch that's been ongoing for a number of years and only just been brought to light, it will not just be a 1 or 2 mile radius. This radius becomes so much bigger because a lot of networks, a lot of masts are not available immediately because they're down. They're searching when the MSC, which is the mobile switching center, searching for an available mast to relocate the data to, right? It's searching that much further, which throws the coordinates out that much more. So it opens a huge can of worms.
So if this comes out that this is true and it actually fucks up.
Oh, this is true. There's
not that it's true, but if Home Office admit to it and say, yeah, we're wrong, there's going to be thousands of cases that get brought back, no?
I think it's important to understand that we should not jump on the bandwagon yet and let the investigation with Home Office carry on and see what the results of that bring about. But at the same time, I think it's important for people in the private sector to understand what's going on and understand that there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. in Denmark, for example, over the past few years, I know a number of inmates who've been released from custody simply because they've been prosecuted or charged solely on mobile phone location evidence, and this has been proven to be incorrect due to the same technical glitch that we appear to be having in the UK at the moment. Many thousands, well over 10,000 cases are being reviewed in that country, and now we wait and see what happens here.
10,000, and that's over there. Wait till the UK happens.
That's correct.
UK is going to be 10 times that.
But I think it's really important, and I reiterate this, really important to let the relevant authorities investigate appropriately and take it from there.
All right, so let's move on from that. Let's let them do what they got to do. I've got a few questions regarding hacking. I know you're an ethical hacker, like you like to say. So from a situation of hacking, can I hack someone's phone just by sending them a picture?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can embed spyware.
Just for a picture?
Yes. Once they click it, it can be a picture, it can be a file, it can be a folder, it can be a link. And once you click that, as long as it's malicious, as long as you click that, or once you click it, should I say, that's it.
So I can create a link that takes them to a Google image picture of a quote, and I can say, hey babe, check out this funny quote. Ping, send it. They're going to click it, and I can hack them.
You won't necessarily hack them that easily. I understand where you're coming from. I understand the theory behind it from your perspective.
Yeah.
However, what it will do is it can ping back a location.
Oh, really?
You can get them to click on a link. So if someone clicks on a link, if you ask them to download something, so if you do a bit of social engineering and understand a bit more about that individual, so if they've got a particular interest in, say, motor vehicles, so you send a link over with a picture of a car and say, download this further link here, and it will show you much more about the car. But by downloading that link, that's actually spyware. So unbeknown to them, they think they're downloading something to do with motor vehicles, but they're actually downloading spyware hidden as an image of a vehicle or as of an application that they think they're putting on their phone that's to do with motor vehicles. And this is actually spyware. When the spyware is embedded and in the back end of the phone, unbeknown to them, because they think they've just touched the link and nothing's happened, you can obviously then begin to monitor and access certain parts of their phone.
Can I do the location part from a picture?
Yes. So this is quite common. So when you send an image over a chat site such as WhatsApp, for instance, what it does, it strips all images and video content of any metadata. Yeah. Every image and video has metadata, which is a bit like the fingerprint, right? Identifying it. When you send a text message or attach an image to an email, and you send it to someone, and they open that, quite often, as long as you know what you're doing, you can pick up their location simply from them sending the picture over to you, the image over to you.
All right, Matt, I've got another question. I get in my car every single day. I plug my phone in. What data goes onto my car from my phone?
Okay, what a lot of people don't understand, and people don't look into things as deeply as someone like myself would, is every time you connect your mobile phone to a modern vehicle, it downloads a lot more than you really think it does.
How much?
So the infotainment system, in the back end of that is a hard drive. And when I connect or I pair my phone to my vehicle, it'll ask me what I want to see on the interface, being the screen only.
Yeah.
I'm under the illusion that that's all that's going to be downloaded. So if I click contacts only, I am under the illusion that only my contacts will be downloaded. However, this is incorrect. It will download, more often than not, download the entire phone onto the hard drive of the vehicle. What then happens is when I've removed my device from the car and another person pairs it to my vehicle, it does exactly the same with their phone. And all this data builds up. This data is then sent onto various servers and stored. So your text messages, your locations, your emails, images from your smartphones are directly accessible through third-party servers. So as secure as you may think your mobile phone is, if I have access to your vehicle, I can then access what's in your mobile phone a lot of the time. Not all of the time, but a lot of the time I can do this. And a lot of people just don't understand this. I try and reiterate this to private investigators, to close protection officers, people who run digital security firms, try and educate people, for celebrities, social media influencers, VIPs, and let them know about this vulnerability. But a lot of people either don't want to take it on board or deliberately want it hushed up because it's a major security flaw.
Guys, have you been thinking of move to Dubai? I've partnered up with Cranbrook Legal to make your experience so much easier. Literally, I got the main man from Cranbrook Legal right now to tell you how easy it is.
Guys, it's as simple as picking up the phone, giving us a call, and letting us get on with the business.
What, literally, one phone call?
Literally one phone call, a few documents, and we're there.
And then I just get up, fly to Dubai, and I ain't got to pay tax no more?
Yeah, you can come and see us. We'll take you out for a meal, show you Dubai, and then it's all up to you after that.
Bro, where do I sign now? So hypothetically, if I went and bought a used car, brought it to you, your company, you worked your magic on it, you could bring up the previous owner's phone and all their data.
Not just their phone, any phone that was connected to that vehicle.
But how much data does that phone store?
It depends how big the hard drive is on the back end of the infotainment system. And not only what's on the hard drive, but what's been sent over time through the Wi-Fi onto various servers.
And you can check them servers and see what's on them as well?
I can't. But I believe various agencies and third parties can access that data. It's out of my hands. I don't have any know-how. I don't know how far it goes, but it's common sense, really. If you read between the lines, your data's been stored on a server somewhere, and you have absolutely no idea where. So yeah, it's
but the car
food for thought.
itself you can look into.
So yeah, yes, there's a device that actually plugs into the OBD port, and that can just pull the data straight off the back end of the hard drive. It's a tool with a bit of software, and you can see every device that's been connected, where the vehicle's been, who the passengers have been, the speed the vehicle's been traveling at, the text messages, etc. that have been going on. So you may have a security team looking after you if you're a VIP, right? And you may feel as secure as anything around them. However, unbeknown to you, all your personal details could be leaked very easily. Your car could go to a car valeting center. It could go to a garage. It could be impounded. It could be sent back to the dealership, and anyone can access that information as long as it hasn't been erased properly. Now, I have facilities and I offer a service where I can actually erase that data, not only from the hard drive in a vehicle, but also from various servers that may be storing your personal data. I would recommend that anyone in a position where they feel vulnerable or feel the data may have been leaked, get in touch, because that is, we'd like to know where our data is. We don't want our data out there. It's a bit like the Wild West out there, to be honest with you.
So is that how these A-list celebrities do get hacked? Because you can imagine that, like, for example, let's say Kim Kardashian. She probably has a whole team who manage her security regarding Instagram passwords. She probably has the best authentication apps that protect her. They probably have this or that, but previously stuff of her has been leaked. So could that be through connecting a phone to something, then go into a valet, getting a car wash, then connecting to it? Could that be the system people do?
It's as simple as giving someone else possession of your vehicle. If you've given someone else possession of your vehicle,
even valet parking.
It could go to a car valet. It could be left at an airport while you're away on holiday. 30 seconds, you can have the entire content off the hard drive if you've got the right tool.
Everything.
From
pictures to messages to videos.
There was a security research done not so long ago, and one vehicle, this is in the UK, one vehicle was found to have 67 mobile phones attached to it. The data of 67 mobile phones were attached to one vehicle. This vehicle was based at an airport, so it was a hire vehicle, lease vehicle.
Yeah.
But you need to understand how many people's personal data is still left on vehicles. The best analogy of this is for me to say to you, you've got a mobile phone. You want to sell your mobile phone and upgrade. What's the first thing you do?
Reset.
You reset the phone, you wipe it before you sell it.
Yep.
Why don't you do the same with a vehicle? All the data's there. You're just passing it on. It's all vulnerable. There's no password protection on it. You're basically passing your mobile phone onto someone else and letting them put their data on top of your data.
If that goes into the wrong hands, you're finished.
Well, there is that as well.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game.
So people need to think about where their vehicles are and who has had possession of their vehicles.
So I've got a question for you, Matt. How do you live life knowing that there's all these different things in place? Because for me, I'll willingly plug my phone into anywhere. I'll get in anyone's car, connect my phone, because I'm unknown to that world. You know it all. When you walk into a building, when you get into a car, are you cautious? Okay, don't plug my phone in there. This person could be doing that. Let's not connect to Wi-Fi on this. Do you subconsciously do all of that?
I do subconsciously do all of that. However, at the same time, if you're not doing anything wrong, you've got nothing to hide.
Yeah, but even down to messages with your girlfriend, for example, you don't want people reading through that.
Of course you don't, but listen, at the end of the day, if you don't know what's being done, then there's no effect on you really, is there?
Yeah.
But it's when you are doing something wrong, then there will be an effect on you.
Yeah, I don't want anyone getting in my phone. It's a long way for me. Matt, question. All this work, all this stuff, this can be done all over the world, right? Or do you only work in the UK?
No, I've got clients that get in touch with me from various countries, various continents, be it Dubai, the Americas, Europe, Africa, and queries from all over the world. So it's not just UK based. I do work remotely a lot of the time, but I take work on from absolutely anywhere.
So if it's from Dubai, you must have dealt with some big ballers, eh? No comment.
No comment. I know. I don't fancy losing my business.
Do you teach people about all of this stuff? Do you teach like...
Yes, so if you go to the website, my website, which is hightechinvestigations.com, there's quite a lot of content on there explaining what I do, what services we offer. And one of the services that I offer in particular is that it's quite a juicy topic, and people are quite interested in it at the moment, and that's mobile phone and digital device security. So I teach, I hold workshops, little seminars, and educate people on mobile phones, digital devices across the spectrum, really. However, I predominantly base a lot of it on mobile phone and mobile phone technology for the simple reason that cybersecurity tends to concentrate a lot of its attention to computers and the corporate sector, because that can be controlled and that can be monetized very easily. Mobile phone sector, the cybersecurity side of things, is very difficult to control and very difficult to monetize. Whereas in the corporate sector, it's the reverse of that. So if I'm running a business, it makes more sense for me to approach a business and secure them through my various means or tools with my cybersecurity experience, as opposed to try and deal with individuals. However, what we need to understand as well is, on our mobile phones, we have all our personal data, including just about everything we do at work as well. So our work databases, websites, everything's on our mobile phones. My thinking of it is, well, hold on, there's a lot more on your personal mobile phone than there is
on your work,
on a corporate computer system or network, on a network. However, most of the attention's drawn towards the corporate side of things because that's where the money is. However, from my perspective, I look at things from a slightly different angle. I think outside the box, and that's why I predominantly aim a lot of my attention at mobile phones.
Well, listen, whenever your next seminars, make sure you invite me down, because I need you to protect my phone. I can't let anyone be getting in that.
I will do. 100%. Anyone interested, they're more than welcome to have a look at the website, and we can carry on from there.
I'll put the link in the bottom as well, so send that over to me. Anyone interested, scroll down to the bottom, click it. I'm sure you probably have your next available dates on there, or how do they get in touch?
Yeah, well, the next available dates are not on there as such. If you get in touch with the contact form on the back end of the website, I'll get back to you, or someone will get back to you. The other thing we touch on as well, or the other thing I touch on regarding the seminars and the workshops, they're not solely molded around mobile phones. So if someone's interested in private investigatory side of things, wants to understand how bugging works, how it could be infidelity, you want to understand how partners get caught cheating, etc. It's quite a vast.
You cover the whole side of it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I do. Vast majority of my attention's put in towards digital devices. However, I do cover quite a large field. So if anyone's interested in particular fields apart from the digital device field, then I'm quite happy to hold seminars on those topics. Yeah.
Well, definitely. Listen, guys, get in touch if you're interested in that side of stuff. You'll probably see me at the next one anyway. But apart from that, Matt, I think we wrap up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's about it for today.
Well,
appreciate you having me here.
No, listen, definitely appreciate you coming on and giving us some insight into what's going on in the cyber world, because it's mental. And one thing I will say is no one ever touches on that. The cyber world, when there's world wars, gunshots, missiles, it's breaking news.
It is, yeah.
But all of this has been going on behind our eyes for years.
Cyber warfare is at the forefront of any modern war. There's a lot of media blackouts for obvious reasons, and I think, with all due respect, we need to respect our various agencies while they deal with what they're dealing with at the moment.
Well, listen, it's been a pleasure having you on my show again. Look forward to seeing you again, and I'll probably catch you at one of your seminars next. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to get in touch with Matt, scroll down, hit his link, get in touch with him.